Today is going to be a real serious show, full of good information and to challenge us as a people and to bring some awareness. And one of the biggest things that I want to talk about for today is I want to deal with and have us talk about and be honest. Let's have an honest conversation. Can we have an honest conversation? Let's have an honest conversation about the state of the black man. And one of the things I want to address is a thing called black man fear. And you might be like, black man fear. And I get it. A lot of us macho alpha males out here, we might be thinking like, oh, I don't fear nothing. That's not what I'm getting at. So follow me where I'm going with this. Now, the beginning of any type of movement, usually somebody generally wants to create fear. If somebody wants to get an agenda across, they want to create fear. Let me tell you two organizations and a person that utilize a fear aspect as it pertains to black people and the black man. The first person would be Adolf Hitler, along with the Nazis, his army of Nazis. In Nazi Germany, Adolf Hitler utilized a system called propaganda. And in propaganda, the system that he used was saying, if you tell a lie long enough and you tell a lie big enough, people will believe it. Just keep telling a lie. Keep telling it. And let it be huge. Because people will figure, all right, no one can make that up. That can't be the situation. But that was Adolf Hitler's his strategy. He did it against black people, and he did it against Jewish people. That was his strategy, and he got a multitude of people to follow him because he told the lie long enough. Here's another situation that affects you and your day to day, and your family, and the black males that are in your family. A movie producer by the name of D.W. Griffith, he made a film in 1915 called The Birth of a Nation. Now, this film was Ku Klux Klan propaganda that actually showed and aired in the White House of the United States of America. And this movie was used as propaganda to show black people being beastly, being savages, not being people that were, that was able to be part of America. That lie was told. That lie was spread throughout the nation. And let me explain something to you. It was a silent film. The imagery of the silent film was so powerful. It's been said and it's been argued that silent film, a piece of propaganda used by the Ku Klux Klan, is miraculously, these aren't my words, this movie, for all intents and purpose, the sad thing about the movie, they say it was good. The cinematography, the storytelling, they say it was a good movie. And this is a movie, once again, based on propaganda. And you might say, well, what does that have to do with me and do with my today? And what I'm saying to you, black man, mother of young black boys, young black male youth, what I'm saying to you is you're still dealing with that today. Now, let me throw something else at you, and this is really going to shake you up. Because what you're probably thinking is, you know what? Well, if that is true, Rock, the only way this can be affecting me is through people that are not like me, people who don't look like me, not my people. And I will be here to challenge you today to say, you know what? It is your people. And it's everybody else. There's a lie that has been told that we believe. there is we believe the lie. Black folk believe the lie that has been told about the black man. And thus we have the fear. We have black man fear. White people suffer from black man fear. Asian people suffer from black man fear. Latinos suffer from black man fear. I can go on and on. And black people suffer from black man fear. And unfortunately, this should not be. But let me give you some examples. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of what's going on today so I can prove my point. And at the end of the day, what I want to let happen is, what strategies do we come up to guard ourselves against black man fear? Because I know as I'm talking right now, and I'm pretty sure I still got some people who are gonna, want to give some pushback, because I get it, especially my Christian community. We gonna push back and believe in Jesus, and everything gonna be all right. And I got you, and I believe that too. But I believe you also gotta work, because the Christian community, the first thing we'll do, we'll throw out, well, faith without works is dead. Okay, well, I'm challenging you to work. How many times are we gonna see the slaughter of our own people and we not put in no work? And so all you gonna do is pray? That's all you gonna do. So how about put in some work? But we gonna cover that though. But I'm gonna challenge you on that end. Let's talk about some of the things that we still suffer from today. Let's talk about police brutality. How long police brutality been going on? Probably since they've been organized. And you will say, well, when were they organized? And when did this happen? Once again, it's common knowledge that police force, they are the bleed down of slave patrols. This is common knowledge. This is known. If this isn't common knowledge, guess what? Adults, you need to be sharing this with your children. That's part of the problem right there. I had an opportunity yesterday to do my best to try to bridge a gap between elders and young people. I wanted to have my say and have my spiel, but guess what? I wasn't afforded that opportunity. Why is it? I know why, actually. It's just laziness. I'm going to call it what it is. It's amazing. We always want black folk to do something great. We always want black folk to give back. But when we have the opportunity to give back, we don't go over and beyond to set things up. So here I am with an idea to try to say, all right, let me bridge the gap. Let me make some things happen. Because one of the biggest gaps that we have in society today is between our elders and our young people and our millennials. Most elders that millennials know are their grandparents, if they have them. They really don't have no relationship. So everything, I'll take my family, for instance. My children, their grandmother is a woman that lived during segregated schools in the South, mind you. We don't think that kind of information will be helpful to our young people. Grandma, how did you make it day to day? Grandma, how did you survive? How did you deal with the attitudes of people who didn't want you around? Grandma, how did you work a career for 20 to 30 years and survive and come out on top? How, Grandma? But we're not making those connections. And I would challenge anybody if you say that they are. I want to know what young person knows really an elder that's not their grandparent. I want to know. Most elders are, look, I've done my research. I've talked to them. I've asked them, hey, sir, hey, ma'am, when was the last time a young person came up to you and said hello or gave you a pleasantry? They don't. They're angry. So I don't be bothered. I go get my AARP card and I go handle my business. I go play bingo and that. They go on about their life. And I said this before, and I made a social media post. Who's the elders? Is it me? Come on now. And usually what happens is, guess what? We got everybody that's like 40 and below. Everybody's a mentor now. Everybody 40 and below, got some kind of charitable organization. Guess why? Because the elders don't want to be bothered. They don't want to be bothered. And I'm not talking about the presence of, Sister So-and-so who sit on the front row at your church. I get it. She's an elder. She's there. But what is she giving back? If we really ask ourselves, what have the elders established and what are they continuing to fight for? I want to know. I would really love to know. Because we don't have it, there's a lot of missing information there. What's the missing information? Once again, you ever seen that couple, that older couple, 70, 80, and they still married, 45, 50 years worth of love? Maybe that's some information that needs to be spread. Maybe that's information that needs to be shared. Because it seems like us in our 40s and 30s, we can't stay married for nothing. Look, can we just be honest and have serious conversation? We got a bunch of divorced people trying to give advice to single people. I'm sorry. I told people a long time ago, so the only thing you can tell me to do is what, don't do like you. Like, you really can't tell me what to do to be a success. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. You can't tell me how to stay married if you didn't stay married. You can tell me what you did wrong, and I'll learn my lesson from that. But you can't say, hey, do this. I'm hitting hard, but I got to. But those elders, they're tired. Not only are they tired, they didn't gave up. And you know what? I see the same pattern. So you in your 40s and your 30s, so you in your 20s and your 30s right now, and you want a mentor and you on fire. Then you get to 40, you slow down. Then you get to 50, now you're retired and you're on some island somewhere. And that same 13-year-old is still about to kill somebody on the street. Let me bring myself back in. Let me bring myself in real quick. Because we was talking about police brutality. Slave patrols. Police forces. That's the transition. Got it. And guess what? I'm going to tell y'all something. Because of the lie that's been told and black man fear, how many times have y'all seen a news report where the police officer has been, watch this. You got police officers walking around with body armor, cameras, the best weaponry known to man, as far as a sidearm, probably got a shotgun in a car, got it all. Handcuffs, asp, that's the baton that they carry, the miniature baton. Guess what? They armed to the teeth. Then that joker will get on after he done shot a black man in the back. After he done shot a black boy that posed no threat. What does that officer get on the stand and do? Starts crying. Am I telling the truth? That same officer who shot an unarmed little boy down is now on the stage or on the stand crying, saying, I was afraid for my life and I didn't know that. Are you serious? Because guess why he shot? He shot the unarmed young man because they believed the lie. They brought into the lie. Black man fear. Look at the case just with Botham John. A police officer, female police officer, got off of duty. It says she was tired from working a long duty, but she knew how to get home. But she was confused and went to the wrong department. Then she shot an unarmed black man. Then she started crying. It don't add up. I get that. But once again, what's going on? What's the larger issue that's going on here? That's what I'm trying to get us to understand. I don't know. I'm just going to challenge you, Mr. Producer. I don't think we get it. I need to get it. That's what I'm saying. I don't think we get it. We're talking good these days. I don't think we get it. But as I continue going with the show, trust me, I'm gonna Because here's the deal. I'm doing this show right now, right? I pay my money to do this show. And the thing is, throughout everything that people can be listening to or be doing in life, I know, I'm not ignorant to the fact, I know that what I'm saying and what I'm doing right now, we don't want to hear it. And I ain't saying like I'm that guy, like a Steve Harvey guy. I'm rock, so I'm good. Right. Because you know why? And this is what proves to me we don't get it. Because we want to be comfortable. We want to be loving. I get it. Look, I got friends. Bless me. I'm a get man of God. I get it. Who will look me in the eye and say, we're not praying enough. We're not living for God enough. Seriously. And I'm looking at these people like, bruh, sis. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But what are you doing? You going to church and being safe in your bubble is not stopping these powers to be from recklessly killing our people. And if that don't bother you, then you must be Jesus. Not that it didn't bother Jesus. Let me make a clarification. But what I'm saying is, Jesus, if you really look at, be honest about Jesus' life, he was on a mission, got to get to this cross. I see all what's going on. Right. But the thing is, he ain't do stuff about it that people wanted him to do. They was like, not only are you the Messiah, but you are a deliverer. And you come to deliver, and Jesus was like, actually, yeah, I come to deliver you from the state that you're in, but I'm bringing you to the kingdom. So, no, I'm not stopping Rome. I'm not stopping Caesar. While Jesus was walking around, there was crucifixions happening. That was a practice. That was the death chair back then. Okay? So Jesus didn't stop every atrocity. But the point was, he equipped us with knowledge to do better. That was his assignment, to go to the cross to remove sin. See, I'm preaching now and I'm trying to do that, but I'm making a point. That was his assignment. So now if we gonna try to take on that thing, you can't go to the cross. If Rock went to the cross right now and got nailed up, my blood ain't gonna save you. It's not. That's not my assignment. So I tend to believe God is looking at us like, y'all, really? Y'all just letting all this go on? You don't have no voice? You can speak against cancer. You pleading the blood against cancer, but you won't plead the blood against police brutality. You pleading the blood against diabetes, but you won't plead the blood against homelessness. Like, see, we use Jesus for what we want to use him for, but the things that's blatantly in your face, you don't want, here it is right here. You don't want the perception of how you look to people to be messed up. You want to be perceived as the meek, mild, get along gang, sugar-coated, I'm easy going, I love everybody and ain't an evil bone in my body type person. That's how you want to be perceived. And you allow that to continue as your people are slaughtered. I got to get back to my notes. Producer, you. But with that being said, I gave you examples of police brutality, right? How about civilian murders? They believe a lie. Civilian murders. You got people, I know one case, I think it was in Florida. It was just like a stand your ground type case. And the guy said, hey, these black kids playing the music too loud. I don't like it. Just shot them. It's about a couple of years ago, 2-3 years ago. So around about the time of the Trayvon Martin deal. Either a year before, I don't have the actual exact dates, but it happened. You can Google it. Trust me, you'll find it. That's just one case. That's just one. So civilian, they believe the lie. But while I'm talking about civilians, let me talk about our own people real quick. Because it's easy to always point the finger. And one thing that we do as black folk, we didn't point the finger so long at the white man. We tired of hearing it. Seriously. We tired of hearing it. We've blamed the white man so long that, watch this, we're tired of hearing, and I'm going to say it like this, We're tired of hearing the truth. I get faced with this all the time when I talk to people. People try to come at me and say, well, what's the answer then, bro? Then what we gonna do? They're like, well, first of all, whenever there's a problem, you need to analyze the problem. First, admit that Alcohol Anonymous would tell you that. If you got any kind of dependency on any kind of drug, substance, or anything that would inebriate you in any shape, way, form, they'll tell you. First, admit that you have a problem. Why we don't do that when it comes to people persecuting us? Why does it bother another black person when I say, man, Bob, he on one. Bob messing with me. Bob is being racist towards me. Bob is, and if it ain't Bob, then it's Susan and the rest of them jokers. Why does that bother us so? I got an answer for all that. Got an answer for it. So what happens is, let me say it like this, because I don't cut nobody no slack. One time I went to go speak at a high school, and I'm giving kind of pretty much the same spiel that I'm giving now. I'm like, hey, look, this, hitting them hard, giving it to them. So I don't give it to them, who was? And I could tell that there wasn't nobody giving it to them like this. Giving it to them so hard that they was like, you can see their eyes and their awareness and their consciousness opening up. I could see it. I was like, yeah, y'all ain't been talked to like this, have y'all? Then one young man, brave soul, he said to me, he said, well, what about black on black crime? What about it? Say, first of all, number one, there's no such animal. You let the media convince you that there was a such thing as black on black crime. Say, I proved my point there, young man. Because right now you're probably feeling a little, insulted. You probably feel a little challenged. Probably feel like, your intellect is being, disrespected. I say, well, I'll give you an opportunity to go ahead and, put yourself back in the game. Tell me when the last time you heard Asian on Asian crime. Tell me the last time you heard that phrase. CNN, Fox, what, HSN, I don't know, whatever the channels are. MSNBC, like CBS, NBC, I don't care. Fox, not said Fox already. ESPN, I don't care. What? Okay, when the last time you heard Latino or Latino crime? When the last time you heard that? When the last time you heard Native American on Native American crime? See, you've been force fed something and you ran with it. I don't know who told you, your mom, your dad, your cousin, your aunt, uncle, I don't know, but you running with it. All because where you live, you see black folk. Do the math, homeboy. You live predominantly around black people. They go, proximity and economics determine crime. I'm going to say that again. Proximity and economics determines crime. So now, if you live around all black folk, and guess what? You live in a low economic neighborhood, 9 times out of 10, some folk gonna rob you. Can we be honest? Some folk gonna rob you that look like you. They want what you got. What you think? They gonna travel, or we gonna go to Beverly Hills and rob them people? we gonna go to Bloomfield Hills. We going to Auburn Hills, and we gonna rob them. And we on the west side of Detroit. So we gonna drive all the way up north and east to go rob some folk. Oh, we gonna rob Tim. We saw you bring that flat screen in there. We see your babies in there with Jordans on, robbing y'all. That's black on black crime, if you want to call it that. But it's because of proximity. But the media will always highlight black on black crime. Now, and I said to him, I said, you know what? I've seen I said, how many Native Americans have you met? None? I met a couple. I met a couple of them. I met one that told me, he said, you know what? Yeah, I live up north. I live in the UP of Michigan. And he said, man, it's crazy on the reservation. He said, people don't know. We got crime, murders. We got our own police force. Plus, you got the local police force. Our own police force is small. Oh, yeah. Drugs is rampant. We're alcoholics. We're doing drugs on the UP on an Indian reservation. Yep, he talked like a Youper. Like they got this kind of talk about him, like they from Canada or something. And he's like, yeah. He's like, it's messed up. He said, I came down here because I want to, I just need a better life. Yeah. Yeah. I've met that, but where you gonna hear that on the news? So once again, proximity. They robbing and killing and taking drugs. They doing this to themselves. Proximity. But because we get force-fed stuff, we just run with whatever we've been told. To my point, we believe the lie that has been said about us. We got to stop being lazy. We operate in that fear of a black man. Black man fear is plaguing us. It's been doing that. So what's my point? I don't want to hear nothing else about people saying, you know what? Especially black folk. Oh man, we our own worst enemy. No, you're a part of that. So let's stop doing this. Let's stop doing this because we got some righteous black folk walking around here. Righteous, like you've never done nothing. Oh, and by the way, like you still ain't a little greasy, a little foul, a little spoiled, a little selfish, a little jealous, a little envious. We walk around here like we got it all together. Look, like I told you, it don't bother me to talk like this because I sit in the same shoes as everybody else. We got to battle this. So it's not we're our own worst enemy. You're part of the we're. So guess what? What are you going to do to make it better? That's my question. And watch this. What's the extent of where you would go to make it better? See, now I'm talking about some work that's going to really challenge folk. Because one thing I know about us, look here, we got bills to pay. We need to put beans and rice on the table. We got children to take care of. We want a certain quality of life. And the majority of us, guess what? The majority of us got jobs, not careers. And watch this. Even if you got a career, I'm just gonna call it what it is. Be it a job or a career, guess what? We're not in control of it. We're not in control of it. So what I'm getting at is we are a far cry from where we used to be. Coming out of slavery, during a period of Reconstruction, during a period of Jim Crow, and during a period of Civil Rights Movement. We are a far cry from them people. Those people will fight. Literally. I don't even know how to. I want to literally. See, all my people, my Holy Ghost filled, blood brought, Bible toting, tongue speaking, scripture quoting folk. See, I didn't want to jump in this too early, but I'm gonna jump into it because I said this today, and I replied to somebody who made a post of mine, and I'm looking at this article right now on CNN. In Vance County in North Carolina, a school resource officer, he picked a little boy up and he slammed him down to the floor. Didn't do it once, he did it twice. Probably the first time when he slammed him down to the floor, the boy was like anywhere between, he's like 11 years old. Slammed him down, the boy was unconscious at that point. Picked him up again, slammed him again. Then he grabbed the little boy by the shirt, the leg, the arm, whatever, and drug him to wherever he was dragging him to. Little boy, big grown man, little boy. And I'm going to call it what it is. Black man. School resource officer, police officer. I'm going somewhere with this. See, I get it. This whole policing system, we ought to just all be ashamed of ourselves. We ought to just all be ashamed of ourselves. You know, the people of Vance County paid money. That man got paid taxpayer dollars to slam a child, to abuse a child. Call it what it is. He got a paycheck that day to slam a taxpayer dollars. He ain't getting paid for no private funding. Taxpayer dollars pay for that. So here's my question. My question and my statement. My statement would be, here's my question. Why the pastor of that young man and the whole congregation not at the sheriff's office? See, is that too much to ask for? See, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because you know what? It didn't happen. Right. So it's too much to ask for. See, remember when you said, like, we get it earlier? This is what I'm talking about. We don't get it. We don't get it. What we get is, I'm going to get a lawyer. We going to sue. Then we probably going to get a payoff, and we want him fired. How long you think that's going to take? And what process you going through? We not unified. We don't have unification. For the church, how could the church sit idly by? If I was a pastor, and I know many pastors are like, oh, well, you ain't a pastor, you don't shit in this sheet. Look here, Bishop Chicken Wing. Look here. If I was a pastor, look, digging, blah, blah, blah. Look, make phone calls. We showing up. Let's go. We down at the door. We at the courthouse. We at the sheriff's office. We at the school superintendent's office. What's the problem? What we doing? We all here. Matter of fact, get his block. The block that he live on, in the neighborhood he live on, we all, let's go. Call every news check. Let's go. What would happen if we start doing that? But see, all these Negroes who swear they smarter than the average bear, well, we got to move silently and we got to show ourselves to be, how's that working out for us? Did that work for Trayvon Martin? Did that work for Tamir Rice? Did that work for Eric Garner? Did that work for Sandra Bland? How long we gonna keep soft showing and just acting like somebody got to be we got to be quiet and we don't make too much noise now. We gonna call Jesse Jackson and my God, Jesse Jackson, one dude. Well, you got Rainbow Push with Jesse Jackson. You got Nan with Al Sharpton. Then you got NAACP. Who else we got? What? Urban League? What? Congressional Black Caucus? Who? Where, like nationally or locally? Nationally? What, Black Lives Matter? Yeah, but they have been what you call a ruckus because it only comes down to situations like that. Like you just said before, how back in the old days, how civil rights movement was there every step of the way, whether it was on Monday to Sunday, every day, protesting somewhere between the bus boycott or whatever it was, they were there. Right. But here's the deal. Here's the thing. What does that movement do now besides somebody get killed? I don't know. Well, see, anytime we ask questions like that, the pushback will always be, well, you need to get involved and see. I will push back and say there's nothing like unification amongst where you live. Because I'm hesitating myself to say community because we don't have a community. I'm just saying. We don't have a community. So I just got to be like neighborhood, where we live. I got to talk like that. So where do we congregate? Now watch this. I'm just saying. Like, I'm going to throw some more shade. Maybe it's shade. I don't know. Get mad at me. Why? Getting mad at me ain't going to stop that little boy from coming out of a coma. Get mad at me. And that's the other thing. We believe a lie. So because I talk the way I talk and tell the truth, you would get angry at me. And watch this. I'm not stupid. I know people, my own people, because they believe the lie, because they have a fear of a black man that they will be ready to kill me. I'm serious. See, we don't like talking like that, but it's the truth. But you buddies with Bob? Bob can't stand anybody guts outside of you. But you okay with Bob because you and Bob had lunch. Y'all work at the same place. Sometimes I'll be looking up like, what did these Caucasian and Asian and Latino, what did they do to y'all? Did they give y'all a kidney? Like, what is your allegiance to these people other than your own people? I'm not understanding. I still have yet. I get it. Look, been around the world and back. Military, been around all races. Got it. I done met some cool white people too. Got it. Too easy. Met cool Asian people. Got it. Too easy. Cool Hispanic people. Got it. But all them cool people I just met of other races, they know for sure, oh, I'm a black man and I love my people. So if you love me, if you like me, you like what I'm about and you like what I'm connected to. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's how I roll. I don't ever hide behind, me and you all right, but, I understand about this dude right here. That's me. I don't roll like that. But let me go ahead and continue and bring up some other facts. You need it? Okay. Well, let me go ahead and find that real quick. Let's talk about the other effects of believing the lie. When you believe the lie, you also have, let me see, I'm trying to look it up right now, get y'all that call-in number. All right, if you want to call in, you want to have a comment, make a call in to 313 area code 868-0331. 313-868-0331. And I'll tell you this. You want to know the other effects of believing a lie against the black man? The welfare system. And you say, well, what that got to do with anything? Well, the welfare system, see, I'm a 70s baby. So I came up through the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. I get it. I lived through the introduction of welfare. I've lived through, the crack era. So I trust me, I know what it's like. During the welfare era, it was said that if you were a low economic people and you are making such an income, you're not going to be able to receive these welfare benefits. So what started happening? Guess what? The male start leaving the home. The black man start leaving the home of his family. And guess what? How that was agreed upon? That was agreed upon the black woman and the black man. Oh, and then guess what started happening after there? The black women started realizing, guess what? I can do bad all by myself. I can make it because you know what? The government cutting me a check. The government start cutting me a check. And watch this. And slowly but surely, guess what started happening? Divorce rates start being on the increase. You didn't have that when I was coming up in the 70s. Guess what? Black folk, it was nothing to see a black couple together, married, working it out with a bunch of kids. I'm talking about families like 10, 12, 14 kids together. But once them government systems start coming into place, now all of a sudden, the black man is being ousted. Divorce rates are on the increase. Black women, guess what? To get the check, we start turning our back on black men. Ooh. I said it because it need to be said. Oh, and the other thing that happened was I'm taking you to court. Child support. I said it. See, because one thing I don't like to do, I don't like to look at the now and claim like that's the problem. No, where did it start from? Oh, no, bruh.
It's too easy, and they want to complain about everything instead of doing it.
I'm trying to tell you, look, welfare system. Watch this. Let me tell you something else. Everybody like to bang on Trump, right? Everybody like to get on Trump. Go ahead, get on Trump. But guess what? You know what something else? The black man fear. You know what the believing a lie also did? Oh, remember Ronald Reagan and Nancy Reagan? Oh, the war on drugs. Who you think that war was on? You, black man. You selling crack. You selling dope. That's who the war was on. You told them Iran Contra and everything is going on. How is a black man? We didn't seen him now. We didn't seen the Freeway Ricky, Ross story. He ain't got no planes. He ain't had no boats. This man got connections from people overseas. Drugs and weaponry is being shipped into him. But who they fighting a war on? Who they locking up? Black people. So I know I would get pushback like, well, just don't sell drugs and you be all right. Oh, okay. I would say it like this. The brother Nuri Muhammad said it today or yesterday. Stop being lazy learners. Go research. Go read. Go get documents and figure this thing out. It's not hard. It's all written in black and white. The truth has come out. But this is the compounding effect. You see where I'm going with this? Talking about the Nazis, propaganda. Talking about the birth of a nation. A propaganda movie by the KKK shown in the White House. Talking about Nancy Reagan and Ronald Reagan and their war on drugs. Guess who else was part of this? Fear of the black man fear, believing a lie, and coming up with strategies to attack the black man. Guess who else? Y'all number one black president. I don't know how he became black, just because he can play a saxophone and he was from the South. Bill Clinton. Hillary Clinton, a woman y'all love so much. What did they call black men in the 90s? Super predators. Look at, do something to me, God, if I'm lying. I'm just saying. Love them. All I'm saying is these people called your black men super predators. And thus, here we go. You know who else has something to do with this issue? The prison industrial pipeline. That social caste system. You know who else has something to do with that? Joe Biden. See, so if we ever wonder what's going on with the black man and what's happening to the black man, there you go. It's all laid out before you. Prison industrial complex, the rise of divorce, drugs into our community. We were never established with proper reparations coming out of slavery. We was put into another system, in a social caste system, far as imprisonment, sharecropping. We was putting, we were never given our proper due to totally build. And every time we built something up, be it no matter what it was, a Black Wall Street, be it a Harlem Renaissance, be it Tulsa, Oklahoma, be it Rosewood, Florida, it was burned to the ground or gentrified. But yet, our own people is sitting here looking at each other, talking about them, pull yourself up by the bootstraps when you've been given nothing. Why do we believe the lie? I push back on that. Yeah, this ain't our natural origin of birth. I get that. But you know what? When I got sweat, blood, equity in this soil and I built this nation, I'm not going nowhere. I got just much effort and right to be here as the next man. So that's what I mean. Don't ever give up ground. Come on, now. Come on. So all I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. So what are some solutions? Let me just give you rock solutions. I'm going to tell you how I survived. I'm a man of a certain age. I'm in my 40s. Look here. One way I survive is to be wise enough to understand what's going on around me and not be ignorant to it and not act as if nothing's going on. Like there is not a system and people that just want to be against me. Just by the way that I look, I'm not ignorant of that. And because I'm conscious of that, that's called being aware, being vigilant, being conscious. So what do I do about it? This is what I do about it. Guess what? When it comes to dealing with people, I give people space. That's what I do. I'm just going to be honest with you. One of the most famous things I like to say, if I see a white woman walking in the parking lot with her grocery bags and she got her purse, I make sure to get a distance from her. And I've been told, people look me in my face and say, you ain't doing all that. Why you got to do all that? Because you know why I'm doing that? Because I don't need the drama. I don't need no issues. Because society is proving right now, they're not trying to hear what you got to say. You trying to make your case. Well, I'm going to plead my case and I'm going to say what I got. Okay, got it. Am I afraid of that white woman? No, I'm not. I just don't need the problems. Because quite frankly, truth be told, I don't want to be around you no more than you want to be around me. Let's keep it 100. I don't know you. I need to get in my car. So I get a distance so I can go home to my kids. See, that might seem too much. I'm doing too much. But I would say this. Get mad at me if you want to. What if the parents of Trayvon Martin and Trayvon himself would have took that same approach? Should Trayvon Martin been able to walk to the store and get tea and Skittles? Should he? The answer is yes. But the fact of the matter is, what are your surroundings? And what is going on in that neighborhood in which you live in? And what time is it? Let's look at all these factors. See, so if I know this, and if I got intelligence about this, guess what? You move. You know what? Get in the car, son. I'll go take you to get Skittles and tea. See, but am I wrong for saying that? Guess what? My children, I live in a pretty decent neighborhood. I say it. My girls don't walk to the store. They don't do it. I'm just trying to use some common sense. We live in a certain type of world. So guess what? And some will say, well, why I gotta be white? Look, when I was coming up on the east side of Detroit, I always moved differently because I knew where I lived. Guess what? I don't need to go that way. Because unless I'm ready to deal with what's that way, I don't need to go that way. I go around. That's just life. Those are facts. That's what you do. Over there on Van Dyke, Matt. My point is, we got to smarten up. We got to start educating ourselves. We got to start from the top. Elders got to start getting involved. And I'm put out a challenge. If you listen to the sounds of my voice, you 20, 30, 40, you are not the elder. I know you want to mentor so bad and you want to do some stuff. You are not that. Be a mentor and this, that, and another. I get it. But where you getting your knowledge from? You're divorced and you're hurt. You're single and discouraged. I'm just being frank. You're upset and angry at all your people. You're making social media posts. You're still hurting and bruised yourself, but you're trying to mentor a generation younger than you. I don't get it. You still got a lot to learn yourself, but yet do you just get rid? Put these elders to work. That might sound slightly disrespectful. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, to being honest. Put them elders to work. If the elders won't come to the kids, take the kids to the elders. Build those relationships. And matter of fact, you 40, 30, you might want to sit up on these elders yourself and listen. Learn something. Just saying. I really believe this, and I'm going to say this and I'm going to move on. I really believe that we're suffering from not learning lessons from the past. I would challenge everybody to go to your 12-year-old, your 13-year-old, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and ask them what they really know about our past and our history. Are they just reciting what they've been poorly taught in the public school system? Are they regurgitating them simple, ignorant, watered down, revisionist history facts? Or do they really have the substance? Because all they know right now is what local rapper is on drugs. All they know is what stripper then became a rapper. All they know is how they can get the bag and how they gonna take care of them and their people. And look, I know that sounds rough. I wish I had more time, but I gotta move on. And today's RSA, rock solid advice, is this. It was always said, I know when I got in the military, I used to hear it a lot. They were saying you got to be 10 times better to be better than the next man. Because guess what? You black. So you have to be 10 times better. So what am I saying? You know what? That still holds true. Your presence, your appearance, your ability to learn, it needs to be 10 times better. We need to step it up. We need to literally step it up. Let's stop playing games. Let's stop being childish. Let's stop being groomed by social media as far as look at me, and step it up and really be the powerful black man and black woman that you're supposed to be. Because you're not going to get anywhere in this life by being watered down, being average, and having an attitude about who you are and your shortcomings in life. Step it up, be 10 times better. And you know what? Once you're 10 times better and you've moved forward in life, be ready to pay it forward. That's my RSA. Hey, look, it's been fun. It's your brother SPEAKROC. Hey, I'm just a brother from Detroit. What do I know? I might know a little. I might know a lot. I might not know anything. But either way, we can live, learn, and laugh and have fun together. Hey, I love y'all. It's your brother SPEAKROC, and I'm out. Salute.